What's going on, everybody? So, yeah, I know it's Thursday. What is today? I don't know. What is today? The January the 22nd, 2015? Yeah, I had some stuff going on, so I didn't get to put the recap out earlier. But you know, the conference championship recap. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. All right, this game right here, the Packers versus Seahawks. I know everybody's gonna say, you know, Brandon Bostic, this guy's a total culprit about what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, guys. You either win or you lose. That sounds simple, but it's a lot more complicated, bro. Because they're human, so they're gonna make mistakes. And then at the same time, you have to remember this, though. We don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you guys thought I was gonna take up for him. Nah, no. Listen, bro. When you're a professional athlete, people go to see you because you're supposed to be above, you know, the average individual. So, you know, Brandon is saying, I can't believe that people are so hard on me and shit like that. Bro, you're getting paid to be in the NFL. You're getting paid to... It's not like you're at home sitting in your couch, bro, and people are just coming to attack you just because you're sitting there being fat, eating Doritos. That's not what's happening, bro. You're on the fucking Green Bay Packers in the championship game, and you... What the fuck were you... What were you looking at, bro? I don't... The more I replay it, the more it looks like this man is either fucking blind or he just has no... Bro, the guy just... Maybe he had a concussion somewhere. You know, maybe he was just sitting down on the bench and had a concussion and nobody noticed it. But I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing. Jesus wanted the Seahawks to win. Let me just come out and say that. Whichever God you believe in, they wanted the Seahawks to win this. I don't know how the fuck... Okay, let me just prove to you that some higher being wanted the Seahawks to win this game. Did you guys see that 2-point conversion that Russell Wilson converted on? The man ran around in the backfield like he was a fucking cartoon. Like, it was seriously like I was watching, you know, you know, I don't know what the fuck was, I don't know what was happening. I'm like, he's juking around and acting like is this the NFL? Is this the NFL? Like, the guy is in the backfield running around like a fucking chicken without his head on, and nobody can dive and fuck his ankle up or something, like do something. Like, bro, this is your season. Nobody can dive and just say fuck it. Like, I care more about the, you know, the team right now than myself. You let this man do circles, do a backflip, go say what's up to his moms, call whoever else, and, you know what I'm saying, butt fuck somebody on the sideline, and then throw the ball up in the air for 20 minutes. Are you fucking serious, Packers? That's why I can't blame Bostic for everything. What the fuck was that? How does that happen? How does that happen? That's what I've been trying to figure out since Sunday. How does that happen? I'm not clear on how that happened. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me. That 2-point conversion was the biggest part in the game to me. Because that made them, what was that? That made them go up by 3. And then, you know, if they didn't get that and they still, you know, Aaron Rodgers drove down the field, they kicked the field goal to go into overtime. Overtime would have never happened. But I don't understand. I don't understand. That's why I can't put everything on Boston, because if you can't have a man running around in the backfield with 19 guys around him and they can't make a tackle. I'm trying to figure out. But let's just get through the game as a whole. The Packers came out guns blazing. Let's just give the guys credit for that. And like I said, it's very hard to be to give credit in a loss, because no real athlete wants to hear that. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, trust me. You don't want to hear, oh yeah, bro, you know, but with this, you know, moral victories. I didn't believe in moral victories when I wrestled. I was like I said, I don't like to toot my own horn. I was very good, high school and college, but I didn't listen. If I lost, I didn't get mad at anybody but myself, and I just worked harder. I stayed in the gym longer. I fucking, you know, cut everybody off. It was days I didn't speak to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Just wake up in the middle of the night, bang out like fucking 500 push-ups. I had to get better. Whatever I needed to do to get better, that's what I had to do. I didn't want to hear, oh yeah, but you tried, and oh, the guy just butt fucked you a little bit. No, I wanted to be the best at what I did, and that's what this is all about. So nobody wants to go to the championship game and say, oh yeah, but I have to tell you this though, the Seahawks, wow man, Wow. The mental strength and the toughness that they showed. Wow. You can't coach that. You can't give Pete Carroll coach. Listen. You can't coach what's in those players as a unit to go out there and do that, man. That was some miraculous. Is not even a great enough word to state what the Seahawks did. It's not even a great enough word. I completely and thoroughly enjoyed this game. I appreciated this game. Do I think the Seahawks should have won this game? No. But did they do everything in their power to win it while the Packers just sat back, bent over, and looked out the window like they didn't know what was getting put inside them? Yeah, they did. They collapsed. They choked. That's a choke. That's what choking is. They didn't score for the first 2 quarters, then you give up 7 and 15. That's an issue. You go for field goals when you're on the 1-yard line, McCarthy. You're supposed to be a tough guy. You're supposed to punch that in. You got to trust your defense, if you know what I'm saying? If they don't get it. And let them drive that 99 yards. You can't take field goals against the Seahawks. All in all, this to me was the most exciting game of the fucking year in the NFL. Of the year. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I just want to say this, though. Before you guys blame everything on Brandon Bostic, you got to look at the entire team and the coaches and everybody as a whole with the decisions that were made. Because I'm telling you, what are the odds that the Packers don't get it on that 4th and 1? With a fat motherfucker like Lacy. You know, these are the differences in the game that causes so many issues. When you play a team like the Seahawks, you cannot take field goals when you're on the 1. You got to just say, fuck this. Because either way, look, you lost anyway. But you can't say that you did everything you could. All you can say, oh, I played smart. You did what other coaches did. Okay, if Sean Payton wouldn't have went for that surprise onside kick, the Saints wouldn't have won that Super Bowl. You got to do things that people don't do. You got to change the game. Too many people just want to be part of the game. You walk around like you're a big tough guy, McCarthy, and I like McCarthy. I like his demeanor, but you can't be a bitch when it comes to that point. You have to be ready to roll. And I'm not knocking him because overall it was a smart football move. But for the actual scenario of the team that you're playing, you gotta go for every fucking thing in that scenario. With 1 yard, you gotta trust your old lineman, and you gotta trust Aaron Rodgers, you gotta trust Lacy or Starks to get that fucking 1 yard. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get that fucking touchdown. That's what I want you guys to understand. It was a lot of hysteria on Twitter, everywhere, Facebook, no matter where you look. You know, Brandon Bostic. I gotta be honest with you, bro. He's one player. He made one mistake. It still doesn't fucking justify the acts of the defense giving up the fucking touchdown. It doesn't justify a lot of other things. Yeah, the game could have been put away, but you work all season to get to this point. You gotta dig deeper. And the game is not over until it's over. That's it. Great game, though. The Colts at the Patriots. The Patriots 45, Colts 7. You know, I would go and talk about this game as if it mattered, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the fact that 11 out of the 12 footballs that the Patriots had were underinflated by 2 pounds, 2 PSI, pounds per square inch. Which Steve Young, I watched him in an interview, said that it just helps you to get more leather, more leather with your fingers. You know, more of a grip on the ball in the cold weather and the rain and shit like that. Just makes it easier. And it really got me to thinking, what the fuck are the Patriots doing? They can't expect, listen, Tom Brady, listen, he's been the luckiest quarterback to ever play the game. They created the tuck rule for him. They did Spygate for him. All this shit. Bill Belichick, he always, I give Bill Belichick a lot of credit, but now I got to pull back a little bit. Did you really need to do that to beat the Colts? It's just very tedious things that they do that disgust me. It's so embarrassing. You know, this is always going to be brought up now. And like I said, the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl just for that reason. If the logic remains true, FP then Q, and that cheaters never win, the Patriots have no shot at winning the Super Bowl. I'm just going based on logic. Numbers is my thing, for various reasons. That we won't get into. But I'm going to tell you this right now, though. it has to be real disgusting for any Patriot fan to be able to say, you know, Tom Brady's the first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, I really got to be serious about this right now, because this motherfucker's been walking around in Prada boots and has been the beneficiary of a lot of cheating that has gone on behind the scenes with those 3 Super Bowls, this win that just happened, which they didn't need to do it, all these bullshit things that they do, and that the NFL somehow helps them to get away with it. And think about it this way, it doesn't really matter what Roger Goodell does to them. Nothing's going to happen before the Super Bowl. Everybody's going to play. He won't suspend anybody before the Super Bowl because it will affect the game itself. So everything's going to stay the same. They're going to prepare the same way, whatever like that. But just think about it though. Was that really necessary to do that? Like, what else has the Patriots been doing? And the more you think about Bill Belichick and you say, okay, you know what, the guy's a Hall of Fame coach. He's a great this, he's a great that. You start to really think about all the shit that's happened, how they didn't give us any of the facts behind Spygate, all the tapes were destroyed, all the cadences that these guys stole for the Super Bowls that they won, which they barely won by 3. How great of a quarterback is Tom Brady? And look, I'm not being vindictive about it. I'm just saying, look, if you're gonna beat me on a level playing field. You know what I'm saying? As a man, even as a female, I'm not saying only men are competitors, women are competitors as well. As a human being in a sport that we play, no matter what it is, whichever way, whichever sex you may be, if you're gonna beat me on a level playing ground. If you choose to do this, Bill Belichick, and you've chose to do a lot of other things to just be a snake fuck, bro, to just be a real piece of shit, how can we as the public not put Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame, but say that Bill Belichick is going to be a Hall of Fame coach? And people are going to say, oh yeah, but he took steroids and stuff like that, and it affected the game. You guys think that steroids help eye to fucking hand coordination? Are you guys fucking serious? I work out in a gym with steroid freaks, and I have in the past. I've had numerous talks with physicians, you know, different people in the medical staff. Eye-hand coordination, very, very difficult. Barry Bonds is a one-of-a-kind guy. Steroids, did his head get swole? His balls get smaller? Yeah, those are the side effects. Did it help his eye-to-hand coordination? No, it didn't. Would his connection, would hitting the ball by using steroids make the ball go further? Yeah. But it comes with the territory. Everybody was fucking juicing. But how do we look at this though and just say, okay, Belichick, everything is cool, bro. You know, you've been fucking, you know, you've been doing a lot of, you know, shady shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? But all in all, everything's cool. How do we look past the fact that if he will underinflate, correction, 11 or 12 footballs. You don't think that one football was left like that just in case? You guys don't see that this man is a fucking, all I can tell you is this, I can't give him credit anymore for whatever he does. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other things that he's done that we didn't even find out about yet. And, you know, Tom Brady laughed it off when it first came out, and then the NFL did a really quick investigation and found that it was true. So we can't trust Tom Brady either. And you just begin to wonder. You know, Ray Lewis said that if it wasn't for the tuck rule and all that shit like that, like Tom Brady's really lucky. You know, people knock Ray Lewis for saying what he has to say. And yeah, okay, Ray Lewis did murder a motherfucker. I'm not saying that anybody is clean. I'm not trying to justify anybody's hating on any other individual. All I'm saying is this, even as a Pats fan, you have to question the fact that this team and this franchise does whatever it takes to take advantage of any little crevice that they can find to give them the upper hand. And it's just so ridiculous because the Colts stood no chance of beating the Patriots. They really, it was just like, you know, a savage beast against a fucking fowl. You know what I'm saying, bro? And it's just them in a cage. Like, listen, they stood no fucking chance. They were gonna get the shit beat out of them regardless. There was really no need to, you know, underinflate any footballs, but they still did it. So what does that let us know? That's what people have to understand. What does that let us know? How can you trust what this team does? All I'm going to tell you is this. I don't really give a shit what anybody, as a Patriot fan, if you guys want to say, oh yeah, but this and that, you guys got to look at it logically. And if you guys want to talk logically, I can talk logically with you. They've been already accused of Spygate and gotten away with it. It was a while, everybody forgot about it pretty much. You know, they brought it up every now and again. But now you're in the Super Bowl and you have this cloud over your head again for people to bring up Spygate again. So at the end of the day, the media has to be able to just say, look, these guys are just fucking cheaters. So what do you guys think about that as fans? How do you trust what this team does? How can you say that Tom Brady is a first ballot Hall of Famer when he has been the beneficiary of every cheating fucking anything that Bill Belichick could have done? He's like the mad scientist that does anything in his power to fuck up anything that is legitimate and get away with it. Because I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that they underinflated footballs. I'm pretty sure it's not. How can you as fans accept that, but at the same time in the MLB say, you know what, it's not the same thing. You know, it's not you know, the MLB is different, you know, Barry Bonds, all that stuff like that, it's all different. How can you do that? That's all I'm asking. People have to understand something. We cannot allow the Patriots to continue to do whatever the F they want. We can't allow that. And as long as people ignore it and they say, you know what, you know, yeah, he did inflate, you know, underinflate those footballs, but, you know, he's not a cheater. You know, it could have been the first time that this happened. You know, just other various types of bullshit. Are you that fucking naive? Like, this really pissed me off. Like, I was just looking forward to, you know, like, all right, the Pats and the Seahawks, I predicted it. All right, everything is good and shit like that. But at some point, we got to just say, fuck it. It took them, like, what, a decade to give Barry Bonds a job in the MLB? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is the Patriots just fucking go, you know, they take away a draft pick, whatever like that. They still find a way to get Revis and Browner. Like, you can't stop this machine. But then still, with all that stuff, they still continue to cheat. Why? What the fuck do they want? That was just a rant for the Patriots fans. Like I said, I'm not a fan of any team in the NFL. I like certain players and I enjoy the game, so it doesn't affect me either way. I bet on games. I do shit like that. It's not anything personal for any team. You know, I just wish for the success of certain players. But this is total bullshit. And it just makes it so that we're looking at more than just a Super Bowl, which is so disgusting. You know, after a whole season of Ray Rice beating bitches, another guy just got arrested for rape. You know, these motherfuckers don't know how to fucking stop beating women. It's been commercials of people crying and shit before things start. I'm looking at Chris Carter's stupid ass face. We're starting a discussion for fucking, you know, domestic violence, which is a very disgusting thing that I despise. All of these things and more pressing issues. But at the same time, the Patriots are still up to being the fucking dirty Sanchez ass Patriots. Like, really dirty Sanchez. Like, really in the butt, take it out with shit on it and put it in the mouth. Like, they are so disgusting. That's my opinion. I'm not trying to, you know, really shit, you know, no pun intended on anybody's team, but it's disgusting to see that this is what this organization has come to, that they got away with one. Pretty much, because, you know, taking a pick and all that shit, you know, fining Bill Belichick $500,000, that's going to get paid for by the owner. Nobody gives a fuck about that. That get washed away. He probably writes it off in taxes. That's a fucking joke. These guys have made millions of dollars over this time. He's supposed to be the greatest coach of all time. Mike Tomlin tried to trip Jacoby Jones. Right? And no matter what happens, I saw Terrell Suggs with a We'll Never Forget shirt, all this stuff like that. Why wasn't he wearing a Spygate, We'll Never Forget Spygate shirt? You know, it's just, these things have to just stop. The Patriots, they disgust me. And that's all I have to say about the game. I'm never going to talk, the Colts didn't stand a fucking chance, regardless if they underinflated the balls or whatever like that, which is even more disgusting to me why this even came to pass, that it was discovered that they did this shit. This is a fucking, you know, it's just so. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting for the game. It's disgusting for anybody that has anything to do with it. And I just wish it never happened, but it did. And we have to deal with it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of questions are going to be asked during Super Bowl week. And rightfully so. But it's going to affect the game. I'm going to go ahead and give my predictions for the Super Bowl. I predict the Seahawks will win it by the rule of logic. If the Seahawks don't win this game, Bill Belichick is truly the devil. Until next time, it's always one love.